Hello, dear students. To continue with morphology of flowering plants, the third vegetative part of the plant body, that is the leaf. Okay, so it's a vegetative organ and it is a lateral appendage. So this is a stem and the leaf comes out laterally, side say. That is why it is called as a lateral appendage. It's a flattened structure. It is dorsi-ventrally flat. Okay, and the point of attachment of the leaf to the stem is called as a node. So I have highlighted the node over here. And the distance between two nodes is called as an internode, as we already know. The upper angle is called as an axil, and the bud in the axil is called as an axillary bud. So the leaf arises at a point, and the point from where the leaf develops is called as a node, and the leaf axil shows the presence of a bud, which is called as an axillary bud. You will find that the younger leaves are towards the apex of the plant and the older leaves are towards the base. Such an arrangement is called as acropetal order. The main function of the leaf is to perform photosynthesis and provide food to the plant. And it is also involved in the process of transpiration. The leaf arises from the bud, which is called as the leaf primordia. और ये leaf primordia से आगे leaf develop होती है. एक typical leaf जो है, it shows the presence of three parts. What are the three parts? Let us highlight them. The leaf base, the petiole, and the lamina. The leaf base is called as the hypopodium. The petiole is called as the mesopodium. And the lamina is called as the epipodium. So you have the hypopodium, mesopodium, and the epipodium. The leaf may show the presence of small leaf-like structures which arise at the base of the leaf, and these are called as stipules. अगर stipules है तो leaf को कहेंगे stipulate. अगर stipules नहीं है तो उसको कहेंगे exstipulate. Okay, now ये जो leaf base होता है, it can either be swollen. Okay, थोड़ा सा swollen leaf base. देखिए ये वाला point, swollen leaf base. And this swollen leaf base is called as a pulvinus, and it is commonly found in legumes, that is the Fabaceae family. कोई plants में जो leaf base होता है उसको कहते हैं हम लोग sheathing leaf base. मतलब ये stem है, ये inter node है, अब leaf base जो है उसको ऐसा sheath करेगा, cover करेगा, तो उसको कहते हैं शीदिंग लीफ बेस. अगर आपने शुगर केन की लीफ देखी होगी तो you'll find it sheathing leaf base. So this leaf base is called as a sheathing leaf base. Okay, it is commonly found in monocots. What is the function of the petiole? First of all, before the function, you should know that the petiole is a long, thin, and a flexible structure. It is also commonly called as the stalk of the leaf. Okay, अब लीफ का जो ब्लेड है जिसको हम कहते हैं लैमिना, the petiole will hold the lamina. ये petiole, it will hold the lamina, and whenever there will be wind, it will flutter it in the wind. Flutter ऐसा move करेगा उसको, ठीक है, जिसकी वजह से leaf will get cooled and it will bring fresh air around the leaf. Okay, then so basically we can say that the petiole orients the leaf in such a manner that it gets enough sunlight. The third part, that is the lamina, and the lamina is the green expanded part. The lamina is the green expanded part. And we see that the lamina shows the presence of the lamina will show the presence of a main vein. This main vein is also called as costa, and this is the margin of the leaf. And the apex of the leaf. From the main vein arise the veins, and from the veins arise many veinlets. Okay, now if you observe this over here, the main vein, veins, and the veinlets, they provide a channel, conduits, रास्ते, जिसके थ्रू लीफ के हर सेल तक वाटर मिनरल्स पहुंचेंगे, और लीफ जो फूड बनाएगा वो उसी चैनल्स में डाल दिया जाएगा, एंड फ्रॉम देयर इट विल रीच द rest of the plant body. So this reminds me of our circulatory system, which shows the presence of arteries, veins, capillaries, providing every cell with nutrients and removing the waste away from them. Okay, so इसीलिए हम उसको कहेंगे channels. Okay, and what we find is, students, is that if you observe this particular picture, you have a main vein, from there is veins, from there is veinlets, and it is in the form of a network, branch network. The veinlets form a branch network. Such a venation is called as a reticulate venation. Reticulate का मतलब होता है branch network. So such a venation is called as reticulate venation. Whereas when all the veins and the veinlets run parallel, it's called as parallel venation. And parallel venation is a common characteristics of monocots. And reticulate venation is a common characteristics of dicots. Now, the leaves can be classified as a simple leaf or a compound leaf. Now let us see the difference between them. If the lamina is entire, see this lamina is entire, पूरा, या फिर it is incised, cut है, but the incision don't reach the midrib. जैसे देखो ये वाला डायग्राम में जो मैं बना रहा हूँ, incised है, थोड़ा कटा हुआ लग रहा है, but ये जो incisions है वो midrib तक नहीं पहुंच रहे. So such a leaf is called as a simple leaf. So in a simple leaf, it has an entire lamina, and in a simple leaf, it can be incised also, but the incisions do not reach the midrib. So such a leaf is called as a simple leaf. Whereas in a compound leaf, it shows the presence of many incisions, and these incisions reach the midrib. Like in this case, this is the main vein. The lamina is incised in such a manner that the incision reach the midrib. So now these are called the smaller leaflets. Now, and we have the petiole. Such a incision makes a pinnately compound leaf, where the incisions reach the midrib, and it shows the presence of a common axis, which is called as a rachis. The second type is, look at this. This is the petiole, and the incisions are reaching the common point on the petiole. तो यहाँ पे भी rachis नहीं है. All of them are attached to a common point on the petiole. So it appears like the palm with fingers. Okay, so this is the petiole, and these are the leaflets. These are the leaflets. So that is why it is called as a palmately compound leaf. The example of a pinnately compound leaf is neem, and for palmately compound leaf it is silk cotton. अब यहाँ पे एक इंटरेस्टिंग बात है कि एक नॉन बोटेनिकल पर्सन कहेगा कि हमारे लिए तो ये भी तो लीफ है, तो उसको हम समझाते हैं कि कंपाउंड का मतलब होता है छोटे छोटे पार्ट से बनाया हुआ। तो ये छोटे छोटे जो है वो लीफलेट्स है, वो मिलके एक बड़ा लीफ बनाते हैं। और एक बोटैनिकल चीज ये है जो अभी जस्ट हमने देखी थी, that there is an upper angle which is called as the axil, and the axil shows the presence of a bud which is called as an axillary bud. So here the axillary bud will be present near the petiole attachment to the stem. Here, this is the axil. This is not the axil. So this shows that this is a leaflet and not a leaf. So what proves that this is a leaf and this is not a leaf? The position of the axillary. So a bud is present in the axil of the petiole in both the simple and the compound leaf, but not in the axil of the leaflets of the compound leaf. Okay. So immediately learn this line, my dear students. Okay. Now what we observe is when we look at a plant, the arrangement of the leaves is different in all the plants. And this arrangement of the leaves is called as phyllotaxy, where phyl means leaf, taxy means arrangement. तो अगर ये स्टेम है और एक नोड पे एक ही लीफ है और ये लीफ एक दूसरे से अल्टरनेट करते हैं, तो उसको कहते हैं अल्टरनेट और स्पाइरल फाइलोटैक्सी। अगर एक ही नोड पे दो लीव्स हैं और and they lie opposite to each other, it is called opposite phylotaxy. इसमें एक और है डिकसेट, लेकिन वो मेंशन नहीं है अपने को। वर्ल्ड फाइलोटैक्सी में you have a stem and you will have multiple leaves, like say three, like a whirl, like a whirl around the central axis. East, west, north, south भी आ सकता है ऐसे. So one particular node, at one particular node, you'll have this whirl of leaves. Look at my three fingers. So that is called as a whirl phyllotaxy or verticillate phyllotaxy. And such a type of phyllotaxy is seen in a plant called Alstonia. Opposite is seen in a plant called Calotropis. And China rose, mustard, and sunflower show alternate phyllotaxy. So that is about the arrangement of the leaves, which is called phyllotaxy. Okay. Now, even the leaf gets modified in order to perform special functions. Like, so when we talk about modifications of the leaf, the first modification, let me call it as the first modification, let us call it the leaf spine. And we have already seen in the phylloclades where the leaf gets modified into spines. The second type of modification of a leaf is when the leaf becomes tendrilar. So these are called leaf tendrils. अब उसमें either the entire leaf can get tendrilar, or a leaflet can get tendrilar, or the leaf tip can get tendrilar. So different parts of the leaf can get converted into tendrils. Sometimes the stipules can get converted into tendrils. So to summarize, एक लीफ है, कुछ कुछ एग्जाम्पल ऐसे मिलते हैं जहां पे उसका जो स्टिप्यूल है वो टेंड्रिलर बन जाता है, किसी किसी में उसका जो अपेक्स है वो टेंड्रिलर बन जाता है, किसी किसी में पूरी लीफ टेंड्रिलर बन जाती है, और किसी किसी में सिर्फ लीफ लेट टेंड्रिलर बन जाता है. So depending upon that, you have different types of tendrils. Then one interesting modification is the presence of the leaf hooks in a plant called Bignonia inguscati, like cat nails. जहां पे जो apical leaflets है, they get modified into hooks, and which will help the plant to get attached to a support while climbing. So उसको हम कहते हैं leaf hooks. Then we also observe the presence of a phyllodes in Acacia auriculiformis, Australian acacia, जहां पे the petiole becomes flat, leaf-like, and it will show the presence of many leaflets. The petiole becomes flat and green, and that is called as a phyllodes. Okay, so now we are having three similar sounding words: phyloclade, cladode, phyllodes. Phyloclade, stem modification. Cladode, stem modification. Phyllodes, leaf petiole modification. Phyloclade, entire stem. Cladode, stem for one internode length. Phyllodes, modification to reduce transpiration. Cladode, modification to reduce transpiration. Phyllodes, modification to bring about photosynthesis. And the fifth modification is what we see is the leaf pictures, okay, or the other type of leaf modifications which are seen in insectivorous plants, okay, where they trap the insects to use them as a protein source.